We'll see the New York Knicks facing the Oklahoma City Thunder. We're all set to bring you NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. And from the sideline, David Aldridge. Anunoby has the open. Look, a three-pointer off the mark. And here are the Thunder now. And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had. Really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So, no doubt, expectations will be high.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. But people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Gilgeous-Alexander does a lot of things well, and this time playing with some great offensive balance.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks. Mark Dagnall and I got a chance to talk for a bit. Now, Coach said they need to take away Jalen Brunson's weapons and make him make plays, especially from outside. Coach said Brunson is a great distributor. He gets all of his teammates involved. We need to take away his weapons and make him shoot the three. We'll see if the defense can do that. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter.
Many times you don't like that shot selection, but sometimes when you're just feeling it in transition, when no one's on you, great shot there.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Hart does a little bit of everything on the offensive end. He creates, he can score. This time knocks down the three.
Latrey, and the Knicks hit again from deep.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
The drive by Holmgren. A fader. It's rebounded by New York.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That is his first foul of the game. Now here's Brunson. Pass to Hart. New York moving it around. And here's Brunson. Outside, Towns. 6 on the shot clock. Takes the three. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Brent, when you survey Jalen Brunson, going from role player now to all-star, what a rise. What's been the key for him?
I just think it's confidence, Kevin. I mean, simple confidence. I don't think there's one point where Jalen Brunson didn't believe that, not that he was the best player on the court, but that he was going to be the best leader. And that has translated into him producing some massive scoring and assist nights for any team that he's played on. This guy is a winner.
And here's Brunson after the three-pointer from Chet Holmgren. The kick out to Towns. To Brunson. Pass to Towns. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Oklahoma City trailing. Williams for three. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. On the wing, Bridges. It's good from long range.
Bridges finding his spot, and his team finds him with the ball. Good mechanics there, too.
Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. No good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3. Towns looking around. Here's Hart. Off target from three-point range. We've got 1:13 left here in the first quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Bridges for three. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Oklahoma City shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
So both teams making some changes here. Pass to Wiggins. Shoots over Anunoby. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Over to the left wing. McBride. And the three off target. Here's Caruso. And the layup's good off the glass.
That kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to prevent the ball from getting into that sweet spot.
Now here's Brunson. Outside, Towns. Back to McBride. Now here's Towns. It's good.
And I'll tell you, offense comes really easy to Big Cat.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. He's made 2 of 3 from the stripe tonight. And he knocks down the first one. The Knicks making a switch here. Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Knicks lead by 1. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
Now here's Wallace. Still scoreless. Pass to Caruso. Williams for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. And, Frank, you've seen the way the game has grown over the years. The skill level of the league is higher than ever.
Yeah, the talent level, Kevin, that is on display on a nightly basis in this league is staggering. But a lot of kids out there watching what's going on, and they're going to push this game even further. How exciting is that?
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game. Pulling in the right direction. New York moving the ball around. Brunson, good.
Really quick release there from Brunson. Let that one go in a hurry.
In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yeah, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They built from within. They built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with the coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
Now here's Towns. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Back to Tucker. Puts up a three. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Man, they are starting to pull away here as the shots continue to fall.
Start to feel their confidence. That's the difference between the success they're having now and the struggles they faced earlier.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
And so Caruso will bring up the ball for the Thunder, trailing by 10. Joe Good.
And with that three ball, he puts a halt to the 12-point run by the Knicks.
Outside, Towns. Out to Brunson. Pass to Tucker.
And nice intensity from Towns in the paint. Doesn't back off and takes that shot while being fouled.
And look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for New York.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Thunder trailing by 8. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, at 6'6", SGA absolutely has the size to get up there and throw it down.
Brett, there can't be any question now that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has arrived as an NBA superstar.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, you finish in the top 3 of MVP voting. That is a stamp of approval. SGA, one of the more feared players in the game, and this guy is on his way.
For New York, they have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
You know, the size, talent, and fearlessness of Towns is a lethal concoction, a prime-time player who poses many problems for the defense.
Now Towns, after the missed 3 from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
The wide open look here for Hartenstein. Off target with his 3. Anunoby left side. And a miss there on the triple. Under trailing by 8. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one goes on Anunoby.
You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has so many of the qualities that you want in a leader. He fights, he's energetic, he's a team-first guy, and he just looks for ways to get his guys fired up.
Now here's Towns. He's got 8. To the paint. And it's Payne in the corner. Launches it. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Outside, Dort. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. The Thunder with another miss. New York with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. And here's Payne. No scoring in this one. And it's hard penetrating. A second chance effort. Out to Payne. Here's Towns. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's New York bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Williams. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one is off. Good D by Anunoby. Back to Towns. Bridges with it. And there's the call on Chet Holmgren. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
And the Knicks with possession here. Anunoby, a good look. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Anunoby's got the first field goal of the second half for the Knicks. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's rebounded by New York.
And not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots, not the wild one he took there.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you. OG Anunoby has become a great complementary offensive weapon. Coach Tom Thibodeau says he's got a really good feel for it. He's very unique in that sense. He knows how to read defenses and how to attack. Kevin, his acquisition has taken this team to another level at both ends of the court.
D.A., it's been phenomenal. No question about that whatsoever. Thank you so much.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
Here we are sizing up G.A. Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch-and-shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Gilgeous-Alexander is such a tough cover, especially at his size.
Back to Payne. Inside. Towns. And the dunk by Towns. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 12 rebounds.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Now, here's Holmgren. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Here's Anunoby. Good, and as this goes to Towns. Anunoby's got the lead up to 14 now for New York.
And the all-around game of Towns can score it, rebound it, as well as pass the ball. So skilled at his position.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
And so it's New York with it. The Thunder making the shot.
And how about the game from Towns? The combination of that height and shooting, probably unmatched in the NBA.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 11. Here's Hartenstein. And that one, good.
And that's got to happen if they want to have a chance to turn this thing around. I mean, he needs to just take the game over. I mean, it seems like he's been hesitant to pull the trigger.
Here's Towns. 12 points for him. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
And we just saw Cat at his best, pounding the paint, finishing near the rim.
The kick out to Williams. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And it's off from three-point range. Pass to Payne from deep three-point territory. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Here's Dort. Rebounded by Hart.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Outside, Towns. Now, Hart. Defended by Holmgren. 5 to shoot. New York needs to get off a shot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Substitution on the court.
Thunder trailing by 14. Here's Wallace. Still without a basket. Over McBride. Wallace misses. Now McBride. And so it's... Welcome to Milwaukee, where the Bucks are looking to take one in an interconference game. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Bird, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. And Prince with the jam.
Well, fast off his feet and up at the rim in a hurry. Taurean Prince with an easy one.
Doris, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation, and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
Now here's Williams, following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Puts it up from 15. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Clock at 6. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And the turnover again by Oklahoma City.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. And with an update from the sideline. Let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with Doc Rivers a few minutes ago, And he knows his team has its hands full going up against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Coach said Shai is one of the best in the league when it comes to scoring off the bounce. And when he's not scoring, he's kicking it out to an open teammate. So we have to make sure our rotations are quick. We'll see how the defense responds, Kevin.
Thank you, David.
And once Holmgren gets the ball in there, he can finish in so many ways.
It's Prince on the wing. No good with the triple. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Guarded now by Prince. Williams attacking. It's rebounded by Portis.
Most of the time, this guy's going to finish that, but that.
What are your best teams?
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. This is Brian Anderson with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. Allie LaForce, our reporter. Here's Ayton. And Ayton with the stuff.
This is the kind of damage DeAndre Ayton can do if he gets the right positioning. Nicely done.
Count it. Good. And certainly on paper, this game is something of a mismatch, Doris.
Yes, it is, but it's always dangerous when one team is expected to win by a large margin. Because why? Human nature. Can't skip steps. These are still professional basketball players. That underdog can be a real dog.
Harden. Soft touch off the glass.
I tell you what, James Harden has got the kind of frame that he can absorb contact and play right through it.
Pass to Ayton. Avdia with it. Leonard defending. And that one is hammered home.
He's shaking the hoop. He's actually shaking the whole building.
Oh, what a slam. Look here, the fans going crazy right now. Now here's Harden. Back to Coffee. Lots of room. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
Doris, not long ago, the Clippers were not associated with star power.
It's very true, B.A., but they are now. And it's not just the talent that they have. It's the experience that their guys bring to the court. They now have a core of big-time players who've been through virtually everything in the league.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone by. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Tyronn Lue gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. How they'll go about defending DeAndre Ayton came up, and Coach told me once Ayton gets deep, it's too late. We need to find him early and not let him set up down low. Push him out to the line. That's a lot to be pushing around with Ayton being as big as they come, guys.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Here's Kamari. Here's Ayton. And Ayton with the stuff.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. And timeout called by Ty Lue. He's going to talk it over with his guys. The Clippers making a switch here. Here's Harden. There's the drive. And Harden with the slam.
Well, James Harden's ability to put it on the deck and get to the cup is elite. And because of that size and frame, he's going to finish most often.
Now here's Simons. Pass to Avdia. Outside Sharp. Up again. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, we're talking about a big-time rebounder. DeAndre Ayton's timing, excellent.
Harden from outside. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Ayton sinks another one. He's on a roll, starting 4 for 4.
Well, you want to see DeAndre Ayton seek out the contact on the interior. Boy, he's a big-time talent.
Here's Harden. Good efficiency. He's drained 4 out of 5.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Well, Doris, there's one thing for sure. When Kawhi Leonard is available, he's elite.
There's no question about it, Brian. And it's so difficult to watch a player who cares so deeply about the game as Kawhi does not have his body hold up. It's been unfortunate over the years to see the toll injuries have taken on his career. But boy, oh boy, clutch, skilled, competitive, tough, every attribute you could want.
Now here's Sharp. Here's Simons. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. James Harden picks one up. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Portland.
Well, great play down low. I mean, you expect the defense to adjust, collapse maybe, but that should open up things on the perimeter later in the game.
Pass to Harden. The 3 is up. Hits the trifecta. Harden's got 11 points.
As soon as James Harden passes half court, defense better have a hand up and contest, or good night.
Henderson misses. And Harden's got the ball here for the LA Clippers. They trail by 1. And Harden with the slam.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Into the lineup for the Trailblazers, Jeremy Grant, Matisse Thybulle.
40 seconds left in the first quarter. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule.
Number 24, Norman Powell.
Now Portland with it. Here's Henderson. He takes it in. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And athleticism on display there by Henderson. Just an acrobatic move to finish the play. Man, good whistle there.
Los Angeles shooting their initial free throws of the game here. He's off on the first. And he sinks the second.
James Harden brings tremendous versatility. He can score it, he can distribute. Whatever you need from him offensively, he can provide it.
Here's Henderson going inside, and James Harden pulls it down.
Oh, an easy look, but he decides to be a crowd pleaser. I'm sure he's upset for attempting that one.
And just good hustle. Always nice to get an easy bucket on the break.
We call that one the do-it-yourself kit.
But if it goes, James Harden, he's been the guy making things happen for the Clippers. Oh, what a quarter. He was absolute.
The Trailblazers, 18.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
The way they just continue to drive right at the defense, they've really been overwhelming them when they do this.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Clippers' talent level is unquestionable, but they can run hot and cold at times. Coach Ty Lue said taking care of the basketball, transition defense, offensive rebounds, and spacing. Those are the 4 things we have to consistently be good at every single night. Brian?
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about, Allie. And that one drops for him. Williams has got his first points of the game.
Well, the defense allowed that one. He had a clear path to the cup.
Portland trailing here. Blockbuster trades have become more the norm here in the NBA, Grant. Just ask Portland in 2023.
Yeah, the Trailblazers were at the center of some big moves, but that's just how it's done now. Entire teams can be restructured in the process of a single transaction.
Outside Thibault. Pass to Graham. Back to Thibault. To the middle. Clock at 6. Williams misses.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. Henderson outside. And Williams punches it home.
Yeah, you see the vision from Henderson. Just a terrific facilitator.
To the paint. Done. Leonard outside. Down low. And stolen by Williams. Pass to Kamari. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Batum outside. Dunn left side. Leonard with the ball. Oh, Leonard leaves no room for error.
Another lead change. Give these teams credit. They're really fighting it out.
Neither team willing to give an inch and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
Pass to Dunn. Misses the 3.
Well, they are daring him to miss, and he obliges.
Henderson outside. Driving in. Good work defensively by Leonard.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Hits the 3-pointer. Well, Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
Fires the 3. Yes, and it's Leonard with the assist that time. Now it's a 7-point Clipper lead.
You can't allow Nicholas Batum a free look from 3. This guy is a knockdown shooter.
Inside. Here's Thibault. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to Coffey from outside the arc. And Ayton pulls it down.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Now Grant. And it goes out of bounds. That one off sharp.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
Los Angeles leading by 5. Jones from outside. Pure from three-point range. Jones has got his first 3 points of the game.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Here's Ayton. Banked it in off the glass. Ayton's got 10 points.
This guy has got a dominant physical frame, incredible athleticism. Nice job by DeAndre Ayton inside.
And you have to love the focus. He gets hit, but converts it anyway.
Obviously, everyone knows about the defense of Kawhi Leonard, but Grant, his shooting is overlooked.
Yeah, you know, he's at about 40% from 3 for his career. You combine that with his wing defense, you get a one-of-one player capable of carrying a team.
Guys, I like how assertive DeAndre Ayton is looking right now. This is allowing him to stay hot out there.
Bogdanovich on the wing. Jones from outside. And it's Portland with a rebound.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's the second effort. Coffey grabs the board. Jones drives in. Oh, misses the dunk. Three-pointer sharp. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Getting lots of great looks. Shooting it well. That's why they're up. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Here's Powell. Yep, count it.
Wow, with contact in the restricted area, Norman Powell, gritty play.
Blazers trail by 9. To the inside. Here's Ayton. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
We know Kawhi Leonard is a former Finals MVP. Jimmy Butler said, there are guys that are like, quote, I'm going to find the best way to win. In a 7-game series, I'm going to get the best of you in the end. Kawhi's definitely up there. Whatever he's got to do, he is going to find a way. And Brian Butler would know a thing or two about that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, you know that. No question about his abilities. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's on Derek Jones. Portland shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
I think what you like most about DeAndre Ayton is probably how efficient he is on the offensive end. Now, obviously, the next step, he's got to raise his game and defensive intensity on that end of the floor. What a great shooting performance. His percentage is outstanding.
It's so interesting, Grant. Younger fans may not realize the Clippers had a lot of rough seasons early on.
Well, you know, B.A., that's one way to put it. You know, in their first 27 years in L.A., they only made the playoffs 4 times. But things have definitely changed. Owners have changed. And now they're postseason regulars in the league.
To the paint. Here's Ayton. Bucket. He's now 9 for 11 after that one.
Well, that's not the guy you want guarding him at the rim. Just too much of a differential in terms of size.
Harden with it. Now Sharp defending. Back to Harden. Good. He's taken 13 shots. He's drained 10 of them. Fantastic production.
Well, at this point, James Harden has put his imprint all over this basketball game, and the defense better find a way to figure him out soon.
Back to Aiden. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It's on Derek Jones.
You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized, but with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players, and he's become a ferocious scorer.
Back to Harden. Buries it down low. Harden's got 24.
James Harden's ability to finish with either hand, so crafty, understanding how to navigate around defenses when he's in the painted area.
Back to Avdia for the tie. He buries it from 3. Avdia's got 5.
And both teams playing with a little more urgency in this half.
They are getting after it hard. It has become a real battle out there.
Pass to Batum. Back to Jones. The 3-ball. Knocks it down from distance. Jones has gotten his second bucket.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Coffee on the wing. Launches it. The steal. Now the Blazers on the move. Here's Ayton. Back to Sharp. Lets it go from deep. And James Harden pulls it down. Los Angeles leading by 3. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout here. He wants to review the game plan. And we've got 1:18 left to play in the third quarter.
Wow, pretty pass from Powell. This guy has great instincts as a scorer. That time sets up his teammate.
Here's Henderson. Oh! Hammers it home.
So nice. Yeah, he's just explosive. I mean, Scoot gets off the ground in a hurry and puts some emphasis on it, too.
Here's Dunn. Here's Harden. Puts it up. And timeout called by Ty Lue. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
I don't think this timeout is just to give the guys a breather. Coach is looking to switch things up.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
There's 48 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Harden misses. Blazers trail by 3. Henderson outside. Down low. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
James Harden. That's his third personal foul. Third team foul.
On defense, the Clippers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's Henderson. Blocked!
That 7-foot wingspan and the versatility of Nick Batum send it back.
And timeout called by Ty Lue. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. The Clippers lead by 3. Over to the wing. Leonard up top. Pass to Harden. Coffee on the wing. Nice shot from the wing. And the Clippers lead by 5. And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Henderson for 3. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. James Harden. He's been the guy making things happen for the Clippers.
The Trailblazers, 45.
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. Blazers trail by 5. Simons outside. Pass to Aiden. All sorts of time. Perfection. Beautiful stroke. Aiden's got 24 points.
Well, the form and the touch and the mid-range from DeAndre Ayton. This guy is special.
Harden can't hit. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
They've been slippery getting into the lane all game long, putting that help defense to the test.
On offense, here are the Trailblazers. 2-point game. The game now all tied up.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
Pass to Zubac. Six on the shot clock. No luck on that one. Ayton with the defensive effort. Just over a minute played here in the 4th. Outside Thibault. To the middle. Here's Avdia. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup. And the Trailblazers lead by 2. Done right side. Up top, Zubac. They need this. And the layup is good. Zubac has got his first 2 points.
This is where Zubac's most comfortable. Good work on the interior right there.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Guys, over the last break, I listened to Chauncey Billups address the team. Coach was blunt with his assessment. He said to throw out everything that happened until now. It is a brand new game, and it's only a few minutes. Leave it out on the floor. Back to you guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam.
Oh, they're lucky that pass was just tipped and not taken. Could have been worse.
Here's Harden. Avdia pulls it in. Portland leading. Nice move. And Ayton with the lay-in. Ayton's got 16 in the second half.
You know, I like that recognition. He knows he's in rhythm, knows this is the time to give his team some punch.
Leonard with the ball. Avdia picks him up. 4-3. Gets the 3 ball to go.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
Now Los Angeles with it. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
Number 10, Bogdanovich.
Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Inside. Leonard. Pass to Bogdanovich. Knocks down the triple. Bogdanovich has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Simons outside. Here's Ayton. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
DeAndre Ayton, unafraid in the big moment. Nice delivery.
Back to Leonard. Outside for Harden. With the drive. And Ayton pulls it down. Off the outside. Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. To the inside. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
And just shredding apart the defense with his passing. He's helping to pace this offense so well.
And I think they count on him for that. He is a tone setter, extremely unselfish.
Avdia attacking. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
Now here's Simons. Off the outside. Clock at 4. Pass to Ayton. Ooh, poked away. It's stolen by Dunn. Left side, Harden. The 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
He's fallen into a bit of a slump this quarter. How quickly things can turn. And looking for a quick bucket here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
And the stakes were high right there. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Yeah, the crucial part of those free throws is that it now makes it a 2-possession game.
Here's Harden, driving to the basket.
Oh, such a clever move by James Harden on the drive. He always goes fishing for that contact, and usually he finds it.
Harden hits them both.
Yeah, just a fruitful trip to the line. He's made this a 1-possession game.
Here's Avdia. Money!
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
Oh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he's able to hit the second one. And that puts him up 5. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Three-pointer, Harden. So the Trailblazers win it.